Hey, thank you for not believing in me. Yes, Lord. Anybody listening right now, don't never let nobody opinion of you determine yourself.
What's up, everybody? What it is, what it was, what it could be, what it should be, what it will be. It's your boy Lorenzo, man, coming to you with another Let That Marinate podcast episode. I know it's been a minute. I'm sorry. I've been off the grid for a bit, but hey, man, life been lifing, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just trying to get through it the best way that I can. But hey, we back. We back. So hopefully we can stay consistent this time. But hey, man, listen, man, there's so much going on in the world, so much going on in the entertainment world, right? We got the Diddy situation going on. We got the Shannon Sharp situation. We got Remy Ma and Papoose. We got that situation going on. We got Cardi B and Offset again. And now we got the Brian McKnight situation, right? And if y'all don't know, Brian McKnight, he just lost his son to a 2-year battle with cancer. So prayers definitely going out to him and his family. But of course, there's been a whole lot of negativity surrounding that situation, right? And it made me want to jump on here and just talk about how us, the outside world, the social media world, right? How much we are just way too invested in keeping up with what's going on with other people's lives. We are just way too much invested, man. Like we're so invested in other people's lives that we forget we have to keep up with our own lives, right? And truth be told, there's a lot of work that we need to be doing for ourselves. But unfortunately, because of what we see going on social media, we just have to go and check on that and see what's going on with that. You know what I'm saying? And let's be honest, the only reason why we're even doing it is because it's a hot topic, right? It's one of the most popular things to talk about, which means we feel that it's going to just drive traffic to our social media platforms and it's going to help boost our platforms. You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, at the end of the day, we really don't care about what these people got going on. We really don't. We don't care about their mental health. We don't care about their emotional well-being. We're just concerned about what they got going on because it's a hot topic. And that's what helps us. It's for algorithm purposes. That's all it is. See, social media has given out these online law degrees to where we can, you know, decide if someone is guilty or not. Like we've become the judge and jury on social media. And all we have to see is just a small clip or whatever post or tweet or whatever. All it takes is for us to just see that little bit and we get to decide if they're guilty or not. And it's sad because the fact is we don't have all of the facts for any of these situations that's going on. We don't know the full story. We don't know what's going on. All we see is just that clip, and that's all we need. And it's sad because it's like we're so critical of what everybody else got going on, yet we're not paying attention to what we have going on in our lives. Right? Like we may have a whole lot of personal things going on in our lives, yet it's going to remain the same because we're not putting in the work to change any of that. Why? Because we're too focused on what's going on with social media and these celebrities. And I get it. We got a lot of celebrities that we grew up loving and admiring, and to see them go through what they're going through, yeah, it is a bit of a shock. It does it is a bit of a disappointment for sure, absolutely. But at the same time, why are we not uplifting these people? Why are we not speaking positive things over their lives, right? Like with Remy and Pap, like why are we not speaking peace and happiness over their lives? Let them, they're already going. And here's the thing, Remy Ma and Papoose, they were like the epitome of black love to us, right? Like we thought that they exuded what marriage and love, black love is supposed to be. But here we are witnessing a whole lot of drama, man. A whole lot of crazy drama. But instead of us praying and, uplifting them, we're just taking part in slandering whoever. But we should be praying for their peace and their happiness, and that God blesses them to just be able to just go on with their lives and be happy. That's what we should be doing. But no, we're taking part in, the slandering and taking part in the drama part. Same thing with Offset and Cardi B. Cardi B, Offset, they, apparently they moved on from each other. Cardi B is doing her thing with Stephon Diggs. Some are saying, hey, good for you. You go. You do your thing. And then there are others who are critical of her. Okay. But that's life, of course, because they're big time known celebrities. And of course, whatever they have going on outside of whatever they do, you're going to see it on social media. So I get it. I understand that it sparks a conversation. I understand that it sparks, some thoughts on, what they have going on that's going to cause everybody to say what they say. I get it. But at the same time, though, no one, the fact that we're so invested in keeping up with what's going on with everybody, it's the fact that we're also not invested in keeping on with keeping up with what they got going on. Meaning, this is what I mean. Who is checking on them in regards to their mental, right? Who's checking on them in regards to their emotional state? Because let's be honest, um, Cardi B. Okay, so Remy Ma Papoose, Cardi B, and Offset, right? Married couples. Whatever went on to cause them to separate, we don't know. We have no idea. We just know they're separated. We know that they moved on with somebody else. We know that they're enjoying life or whatever. But at the same time, we really don't know what caused the disconnect, right? But it's like, again, why aren't we doing something to uplift these people, right? Like, so here's the thing: social media has given a lot of us this online law degree. We are now considered the judge and jury. We can now decide who's guilty and who's not. We don't have to have all the information. We don't have to have all of the facts. All we need is just a small clip. All we need is just, something that's going to help us to validate what we've already felt. Like we've already said that, hey, these individuals are guilty. We don't need the facts. We don't need all the information. We just know he or her is guilty, and that's sad. That is a sad thing, because how can you how can you attack someone, attack their character, attack who they are as a person? How can you be so willing to do that, but yet you're not willing to get all of the facts first? Let me throw someone else in there. Tory Lanez, right? Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez is in prison because they said he shot Megan Thee Stallion in the foot. Everybody was so on board with, convicting him and putting him in prison. Everybody was so on board with slandering this man's name. Now here we are with all of the facts. Like the facts has been put out there regarding that situation, right? The facts are Megan Thee Stallion was never shot in the foot. Megan Thee Stallion was never shot in the foot by Tory Lanez. The facts are Megan Thee Stallion is upset because Tory Lanez was in a relationship with her best friend. Now, Tory Lanez was, supposedly had, something going on with Megan Thee Stallion, but because Tory Lanez was involved with Megan Thee Stallion's friend, she had a problem with it, right? So that's what that's all about. That's what that whole situation is about. Tory Lanez being involved with Megan Thee Stallion's friend. Megan Thee Stallion didn't like it. Something crazy went on. Um, who knows? But the reason I bring that up is because, again, we on the outside looking in, us, the social media world, the only reason why we like talking about these situations is because it's a hot topic, and we do it for clickbait. We do it for clicks and likes. That's why we talk about it. We don't have to have all the facts. It's a hot topic. It's popular. Everybody's talking about it. There's a huge buzz about it. I want to get on board. That's what it is. It's for algorithm purposes. That's what it is. It's for algorithm purposes. Right? But again, man, that's why I say we are just way too invested in keeping up with what's going on with other people's lives. Meanwhile, it's taking away from what we have to do to fix ourselves. It's a lot of us out there who really needs to fix ourselves. We need to look within ourselves and figure out, why are we the way that we are? But a lot of us are not going to be able to do that. Why? Because we are more focused on what other people got going on. And it's sad. It's sad that that's how it is. But unfortunately, it is. But my thing is this. My prayers go out to everybody going through whatever they got going on, because I know it's a lot for you to take on, and I know it's even harder because you feel like there's no one that you can talk to. There's no one that you could turn to um, be vulnerable and open about what you got going on in your life, right? Like I get it, you know, but my thing is, you got to be more invested in you. You got to be more invested in your well-being and your mental health instead of worrying about what everybody else got going on. That's my whole thing. That's my whole thing. And if we're gonna talk about other people's situations, let's do it from a positive standpoint. Let's do it from let's do it from a positive emotional standpoint. Like let's not just talk about the drama. Let's not do that, because all we're doing is just contributing to the slandering and contributing to the negative that they're already receiving. We should be on the other side. Let's be more positive about these kinds of things, right? Like let's do something to help change the narrative. First of all, black love still exists. Fathers do care about their kids, and we want to be in our kids' lives. Um, we're not all into the whole crazy, you know, freaky life. Some of us are really out here trying to find our wives. So I really want to change the narrative of those situations. I get it. We got all these big time celebrities doing what they do, and I'm sure it's disappointing because these celebrities are the ones we all grew up loving and admiring. So to see them doing what they do, or allegedly doing what they do, yeah, I get it. It's disappointing. But at the same time, we should be uplifting each other and praying for each other. If we're going to be that invested in someone's lives, we have to do other things that isn't negative. You know what I'm saying? Um, so yeah, if we're gonna talk about what's going on with everybody that's got all these things going on in their lives, okay, cool. But let's do it from a place of love. Let's do it from a place of positivity, and like let's not be a part of the slander. Let's not. I don't want to join in with the slandering of black people or anybody else dealing with something. because at the end of the day, we all got something going on. We don't know what we got, what everybody's got going on, but we know that somebody's got something going on, right? And we should be reaching out to uplift that person. We should be reaching out to see what we can do to help them get through their situation, not take part in the slandering and the judging, criticizing, none of that. So my message to everybody out there who's in the social media world or whatever, make sure that if you're going to speak on someone's name, if you're going to speak on someone's character, make sure you have all of the information first. Make sure you know, because see, that's the problem right there. That's part of the problem. A lot of people don't know everything that goes on with someone's situation, right? We don't know the whole story. So if you're gonna judge, you're gonna criticize, just make sure you know the whole story first before you do, because a lot of us, we're quick to judge first as opposed to seeking understanding or getting understanding as to what happened. So be very mindful and be very careful with that. Anyway, man, that's my time for today. Hey, like I said, life has been lifing, so that's why I haven't been on, doing my podcast. But hey, we back. So we're gonna try to stay as consistent as possible. In the meantime, y'all have a blessed day. Continue to be amazing. Let that marinate. Salute.
Hey, thank you for not believing in me. Yes, Lord. Anybody listening right now, don't never let nobody opinion of you determine yourself.